instrument. It's a vintage instrument. It's worth several $1,000s. I have an advertisement for one like it right here in the paper. It is a 50s Les Paul.
You say in your complaint, sir, that the two parts of the guitar that were damaged.
There were three. I forgot to add the one part.
Well, that's your problem. And in your sworn complaint, sir, that she was served with, that she has knowledge of, the two guitar parts you say were worth $350, not $2,000.
That's right. This toggle switch and the tip ring, this assembly alone is worth that much. I didn't add this in on the complaint, so I guess that's my fault.
You're his parents?
Yes.
Step up here. I have a few questions for you. Mr. and Mrs.
Israel.
Mr. and Mrs. Israel. How far do you live from the defendant?
About 8 miles.
Why wasn't your son living with you?
We're living in a small condo.
How small is your small condo?
2 bedrooms.
Why wasn't your son living with you? You want to answer my question? You were sworn to tell the truth.
I'd be glad to answer.
Well, I'd like to hear it.
My son is 37 years old. He's on his own. We have we had to move out of a large home after I had a very serious trauma, coronary infarction, and we moved into a very small condo, maybe 1,500 feet, where I have my office, such as it is, that was left to me after all the that I went through, and there's no room for even a guest. And
let me explain something to you, Mr. Israel.
Yes.
I have trouble believing what you just said to me. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I'm looking at your wife.
Yes.
And according to what the defendant said, this was an arrangement that was going to be a few, not long term, but a few months.
Yes.
And you lived 8 miles away, and I don't care if your son was 37 or 57. This was a short-term arrangement. So there had to be something about your son's lifestyle that you didn't want in your home. Am I correct, Mrs. Israel? Am I correct?
Up to a point.
Well, now, up to a point, did you tell this lady that there was something that might have been problematic with your son? Quiet. That might have been problematic with your son. Because I could tell from looking at your face, you're his mother. And if he needed a place to stay for a couple of months, if you hadn't had trouble with him in the past, you would have said, well, you can, even though it might be a tight squeeze, you can stay with us for a couple of months. So there was a reason that he couldn't. I'm not even going to ask you what it was, because I'm too kind for that. I just want you to make sure that you tell me the truth. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I understand.
Very good. Sit down. Why weren't you living with your parents?
Because of my hours, which I told Alice about. I said, I'm a musician, I come in late, I do all kinds of things late at night, I have friends that are going to pick me up. I didn't even have a car at the time, so I had people coming by to pick me up. I'm working on a record right now. I just come back from England. I was working with a producer who had to take me.
Are you telling me, sir, that that's why you weren't living with your parents?
Well, my parents and I don't exactly get along to begin with. My father and I have a tendency to clash.
Mrs. Israel, you look like a very sweet lady. You weren't honest with the defendant. You saw that this lady was probably older than you are, that you had a problem with your adult son, and he's related to you by blood. He's not related to her. I'm certain that when you told her about him, you didn't tell her any of the points that might have discouraged her from renting this room to him. It's unfortunate that at your age, Ms. Brown, you have to share your home with someone, or you felt as if you had to share your home with someone in order to make ends meet. That's very unfortunate. Mr. Lee, I believe Ms. Brown when she says that the room that you were in smelled from smoke. I believe that that's true. I believe that she had told you that there was no smoking in her condo. Well, you seem to acknowledge that yourself when you said you only smoked outside, but I don't believe that that's true. I believe that you smoked in the bedroom as well. That was in violation of this oral.
बाकी आप ये सोचोगे इसने अपने घर में खुद क्यों नहीं रखी हुई मुर्गियाँ? वो मुर्गियाँ अपने घर में भी तो ला सकता है, लाश में हमदान के पास रखी हुई हैं। तो यार उसकी वजह ये है कि ये जब भी मैं छत पे रखूँ ना, छत पे पिंजरों में हुबस बड़ी है, गर्मी बहुत है, पिंजरों में वो रह नहीं सकेंगे, इसलिए मैंने उधर हमदान घर रखवाई हुई हैं। उसके पास भी काफ़ी मुर्गियाँ वगैरह हैं। तो मैं भाई लोग मैं भी यही सोच रहा हूँ कि अब मैं भी असील की जोड़ी लूँगा और इसी तरह इतनी तादाद ही बढ़ाऊँगा। आपको स्क्रीन आप देख चुके ना, वीडियो देख चुके होगे कि वीडियो किस तरह उसने अपने क्या कहते हैं इतनी तादाद बढ़ाई है मुर्गियों की। मैं भी इंशाल्लाह इतनी बढ़ाऊँगा अपनी तादाद मुर्गियों की। उसके अलावा आप मौसम वगैरह चेक करें कितना प्यारा है, देखें मौसम कितना प्यारा है, देख लिया मौसम। ये मैं अभी शाम के टाइम व्लॉग शूट कर रहा हूँ। चाहता तो मैं सुबह के टाइम कर सकता था व्लॉग शूट, मान का चलो शाम के टाइम शूट कर लेता हूँ। सुबह के टाइम आपको पता है कितनी वगैरह गर्मी वगैरह होती है, आप भाई को काम भी बहुत होते हैं, इसलिए आपको भाई वेला वगैरह नहीं होता, व्लॉग नहीं शूट कर सकता। अभी आप खुद देख सकते हैं कि 5 दिन बाद मैं आपका व्लॉग बना रहा हूँ। यार पता नहीं, मैं कह तो देता हूँ कि मैं 2-3 दिन बाद व्लॉग बनाऊँगा, मगर वो क्या कहते हैं बात ऐसे निकल ही जाती है, मैं बात पूरी नहीं कर सकता वो बात, क्योंकि कंटेंट कोई मिलता नहीं है। फिर ये अकाउंट फ्रीज़ हुआ, मैंने देखा, मैंने कहा चलो आपका शुक्रिया अदा कर दूं कि आपने इतना मुझे प्यार दिखाया। मेरा अकाउंट फ्रीज से अनफ्रीज़ हो गया, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। हेलो यू व्हाट्सअप गाइस, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, माय नेम इज़ राशिद, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल राशिद व्लॉग। सो गाइस आज का व्लॉग करते हैं शुरू। तो गाइस अभी मैं इतने दिनों बाद व्लॉग बना रहा हूँ। आई एम सॉरी, माजरत हो गई। उसके पीछे एक बहुत बड़ा रीज़न था कि मैं इतने दिनों बाद व्लॉग बना रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मेरा अकाउंट हो गया था फ्रीज़ होने के पीछे भी एक वजह है। क्या वजह है ये भी आपको बताता हूँ। मैं आपको पता है बीच में कितनी ढील मारी, कभी मैं 15 दिनों बाद व्लॉग बनाऊँ, कभी 17 दिनों बाद व्लॉग बनाऊँ, कभी 10 दिनों बाद व्लॉग बनाऊँ। तो मसला ये बना कि यूट्यूब ने मेरे अकाउंट को फ्रीज कर दिया। अभी आपको स्क्रीन पे शो हो रहा होगा 15 व्यूज़ 36 व्यूज़ इस तरह से शो हो रहा होगा। मसला यही था कि मेरा अकाउंट फ्रीज कर दिया यूट्यूब ने। वो मेरी अपनी गलती है, खुद की मैं मानता हूँ। अब अगर किसी भाई को ना ये अकाउंट अनफ्रीज करना आता हो तो मुझे नीचे कमेंट कर दीजिएगा इसी वीडियो के नीचे।